Hello and welcome to another Planning Beats tutorial, and today we're going to talk all things services. Now, services power the entire system. It is the heart of what everything runs from. So listen up, it's going to be a slightly longer one, but we'll get these right. You'll never have to revisit them and you will have the most powerful system at your hands. So let's get into it. On the left-hand menu, go to services. You'll see I've got some made up already, so I'll just give you a quick tour of the services page. You've got the funnel at the top. You can edit these categories here. And this is where the first set of availability comes into play. So what I've got here is my DJ services. You'll notice in a minute that we can add services based on quantity only. We can also do it based on staff availability, which I'll explain the difference shortly. But if you do use quantity and you have a bronze, silver and gold package, and you can sell them, let's say you've got 5 people in your team, so you're going to set each one to 5, which is great, but it does mean that the system's going to try and sell 15 DJ slots in a day, not 5 in total in that group. So what we've done is allowed you to put that service under the category DJ services, come over here and type 5. Now it will take its pick from all of them. So you've got 15 available, but we know we can only sell 5 total. So it could be 5 bronze, 5 silver, 5 gold, or it could be 1, 2, and 3. Don't know if that's the right maths. It's definitely not, but you get what I'm saying at this point. You can go and ensure that it doesn't go over your quota limit. This is something we added probably a couple of months ago now based on user feedback, and I know it's a really powerful tool for many people out there. You can also add new categories down at the bottom. You can delete categories, and of course you can reorder them as well. Don't forget, hit save. Back in here we have the add services button, which I'll jump into in a minute. But we have got the reorder button. Now this is super important because it actually reflects throughout the system. So lots of stuff is driven on order, like the client portal as an example. So make sure that you have things ordered in a way that you're going to work and you would like your client to see it as well. Really easy, just literally grab them, move them around, and save it when you're done. Previewing your settings will take you into the availability settings. This is like a health check for everything that you've just set up. You won't need to visit this until you've completed this process. You can search if you've got lots of services, and you've got a filter for services, extra services, and all. Right then, let's get into it. Let's go and add a service. So you'll note that there is a service and a package. I'm going to show you both in this tutorial, but a service is where we'll start. To make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to show you one that I've made earlier. So we're going to go into this one. Now, one thing to note is you have a take tour button. So if you can't be bothered to listen to me and you just want to do the tour, super easy because you can actually fill stuff in as you go. So as you can see at the top, we've got the service title. We've then got the category that I just discussed, so you can select that here. The tag ID. Now this is an ID number for the service. They can't clash. The only reason you would change this from what the system defaults to is if you're bringing stuff from a system that already used tag IDs. Then at the top, you have the tax exempt and the active. Active is very simple. If it's active, your clients can see it. Tax exempt is something that I need people to understand because I've noticed it used incorrectly. You only need to tick this if your business settings has tax turned on. If you've disabled your tax, this won't do anything extra for you, so you don't need to touch it. The idea is that some services in certain parts of the world have a tax exempt rule. So as an example, a chocolate fountain in certain countries will be tax exempt. So you tick that and it will apply tax to everything in your business apart from this one service because it's exempt from tax. I'm going to skip out of this and start talking you through it. So then we've got the booking type. So how can clients book this service? So a service can be booked outright. So it will be DJ services in most cases for all of our users. Those are your primary services. You must book one to proceed. Then you have your extra services. So these are things that you will only sell if one of your services has been booked. For me, that would be things like mood lighting. I'm not going to sell that on its own. Confetti cannons, that kind of stuff. And then we have companies that will need both. So photo booth, dance floor, it might even be uplighting or mood lighting, whatever you want to call it. With these things, you might sell those on their own, go and deliver them on their own. So, and you want it to appear as an extra service for clients too. So that would come under the both category. So make sure you get that one correct. Just one thing to note, if it's listed as a service, it will never appear in the client portal. The reason for this is you're dealing with brochures and proposals and you've done your sale. You now don't want them to see all your primary DJ services because they've picked that. You only want to be selling them the extra services. Further down, we've got the description. I did actually miss, I think, the image. That's just up there. Make sure you follow the pattern. And then we've got the description, as I say. So you can format this. You can actually expand it, make it a little bit bigger. And the other thing you can do now is you can add links in here. So these descriptions are shown on the service cards, the web forms, all these types of areas. So make sure these are public facing and nice and clear. The reason we added the links is so you can add a link to an Instagram post, a TikTok post, a YouTube video of the service that you're showing. It's quite a cool example that got recommended by DJ247 actually. So if you're watching this, setting up, mate, shout out to you. We've then got timing and configuration. So again, more rules. And as I say, you've got to get these right. You do it once, your system will run well forever. So you've got the option between a rental service and a consumable service. Consumable will be something like a confetti cannon or a print cartridge where the stock runs down. So one key thing to note is the stock runs down on the event day, not the day you take the booking. We've heard of systems that make that mistake. We've not. So if you book a confetti cannon to go out, 2026, and the booking's not till 2027, your stock won't deplete until that day. But most things will be under rental. Now the big one, the availability. So I can make the system look for all of these people, and that basically is saying this service has a quantity of 3. I can do 3 of these a day as long as these 3 people are available. I can then switch it over to quantity. So quantity stock, 2. I could go for 4. Oh, doesn't want me to reduce it. I could go for 4. I could go for 5. Whatever is going to work for my business. You've also got a stock level alert. This works really well for consumables. It is a thing in rental too. So what will happen is you will get a notification when you get down to only 1 being left. And then you have both. Now, this is really important to understand. So what this will do is pick the highest first, essentially. But it's there for people who have got, this is actually displaying the wrong way around. If we do that, and we do that. So I've got 4 members of staff that can run my photo booth. I've only got 2 photo booths though, so it can pick between the availability of all 4 people and sell 2. So that's kind of what this is designed for, and hopefully will really help some of you with a team. And that is that kind of covered in terms of availability. The quantity, as I say, if you're going to put 2 or 5 in this DJ service and multiple others, you can use those category limits to then kind of limit the group itself. You've then got your setup and your pack down timing, which is quite self-explanatory, and I'll leave that one there. The only other thing that you can do to control availability is link equipment. You'll notice down here that because I've got staff selected, is it the same kit for every unit? Oh no, I've got quantity, sorry. So is it the same kit for every unit? Is it exactly the same? Or do you need different kit per unit in which you can go and then build custom rigs, custom photo booths, the whole kit together? And it will then use that equipment and run the availability checks against it. This is very, very clever. One great example I had the other day was somebody had a backdrop for a photo booth that was actually double-sided. So what this allowed them to do was make a service for each of the sides. Let's say one's Christmas, one's Halloween. And it meant that they could then add that backdrop into their equipment, link it to both services, and it would never double book them. So that's how this can be utilized. I'm not going to go too far into this as well, but if we select staff, you can see that I can do the same kit for every member, or I can do a different kit per staff member as well. This is quality. It will not only work for availability, it will then populate your check-in and check-out documentation if you want to do signing of collections and deliveries and all that kind of stuff. If we turn that back off and we go back here, we've got really the last hurdle, which is your pricing and rates. So this does not have to go as in-depth as I have, but I'd strongly suggest it. What I've done here is I work on an on and off peak basis, so I do a slightly cheaper rate if it's Monday through to Thursday. And what it's allowed me to do is go and map out my pricing for the next 3 to 4 years. So I've added a rate for 25 peak and off peak, 26, 27, and I will do 28, 29. So this will allow me to really think about my pricing ahead of time. You might be a DJ who just literally ups their price every year on the spot. That's fine as well. You could just have one line, come in here and update it. It won't mess with all of your previous bookings. It will only apply that new rate to new bookings. So if we have a look at the rate line, we've got off-peak, so that's the title. This is only shown internally. You've then got the price. You've got the duration, extra time. So these are optional things. You've then got visibility, bookings, date range, event types, days, and the most important is the big manage button, because that's how you can edit it all. So let's run through these quickly. Will it show online? So will it show on client portals, on the web form, or do you want this to be an internal only service? So a special rate for your friends and family maybe. You've then got the checkout method, whether it will actually show a price and allow them to pay and the price will appear in your contract, or will it show inquiry? Now, if it shows inquiry, what will happen is the system is going to basically say, look, you need to talk to us about getting this bespoke priced. Some really good examples for this is if you hire in sax players and you've got 3 and all their rates vary and you want to give a kind of true value price to your client. This is a great way to do it. So yeah, bear that one in mind. One thing we are aware of is in America, you spell that differently. We've sorted that on the public-facing documents, just not on the internal ones. I've only just noticed it doing this tutorial, so I'll send that over to the devs. Then you've got duration and extra time. So I'm going to say that my base duration for this service is 5 hours. My hourly rate after that is going to be £50 an hour. And I'm going to say that I'll only ever do 3 hours extra. And then the step size. So you notice at the moment equals £50 an hour just under here. Well, I actually want the client to be able to book me per half an hour. So that will allow them to book half an hour for 25 minutes, then an hour and a half. And the same with 15 minutes. I can't imagine any scenario where you'd need anything less than 15 minutes. But if you do, hit us up on support and we'll see what we can do. Then when this rate applies, so event types, if you leave these blank, same with days of the week and the date range, it will just apply indefinitely. But if you want to have some control, this is a wedding service. I only want it to show to weddings. So I've selected that. You can just click the box. You can select one or multiples. You've then got days of the week. So again, you can pick one or multiples. And then the date range. So I've already picked the date range actually. So you'll see here that I've done the range from the 1st of the 7th, 2025 to the end of the year basically. And it's picked all my Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays and shown them in green. And this rate is applied to those dates. But if I close this, what I've also done is overridden that date. So let's add a service rate and show you. This is going to be a pretend New Year's Eve. Just for weddings. We don't need to pick a day because it's not relevant. And now I'm going to pick a date range. So for the sake of it, let's pretend that the 16th of July is New Year. I'm going to click that twice. And it's put the start and end date range there. We press done. And now what it's going to do is apply this new rate on this day only. So it's going to override the work that I've done before for this one specific date. But only if I deal with the conflict it's detected, because you can only have one price per day, per service. Otherwise, the system wouldn't know what to do with itself. So what it's saying is you're working on New Year's Eve, but off-peak 2026 has a rate assigned already. which one would you like the rate to be. So essentially, if you tick the bottom one that you're not working on, it will just cancel this process. If you tick the top one, it will override the old price and put the new one in, which is what you'll want if you're going to be working on this. And that can happen for multiple dates depending on the date range. So really good for going to up your price for special times in the year where you know you can charge some more money. And then right down at the bottom, you've got your internal notes. So if you need to add anything just for your reference, you can do so. I say this to people every time, but with services, what you want to do is get the first 2 or 1 set up and duplicate, because it will save you lots of time. You've then just got to adjust the price. So if I duplicate off-peak 2027, all I need to do here is go in and just change the year range, press save, and change the title to 2028, sorry. And now that's done. It just saves you some time. It's already got the event type selected. It's already got the days of the week selected. And then what I strongly recommend is you actually, if we go and close this, you duplicate the services. So once you've got one made and you've got that whole rate set up, if you're going to go down that route, duplicate the service. But what you could do, on the other hand, is literally just go, my price, 1,000, and that's it. It's done. So I've shown you the complex way because I want you to understand the power behind the system. But if you want to just set a price, come back whenever you up your price, change it, as easy as that. But if you're going to go down that complex route, you're linking equipment, stuff like that, you'll want to duplicate your service and possibly duplicate it with the equipment depending on what your end goal is. And that is services. Now we can take it a step further and we can actually add a package. So add service, add a package. Let's call this my gold package. I hate that terminology, but we'll do it. And it's going to be a special DJ service. Now you'll notice you can't do anything with availability this time, and nor can you make it a consumable. That's because it's going to read all of the availability from the services we're about to select, which is what makes it work and is good. So link services is turned on. We're going to add a service. I'm going to say that this is my wedding edition signature 5, and it includes mood lighting and my photo booth and my confetti cannons. I'm going to save those, and so it's ×2 confetti cannons I'm selling. I actually want to do 4 in this package. And now you've assigned all this, it's going to work on your real availability. It's not going to mess you up and double book you. And it's going to allow you to put a new price, a new image, and a new description against it. So if I just put standard, £500, and I think I can leave that there and save it. Did I miss anything? No, good. And then you can see I've got my gold package here, all nice and ready to go. So one thing I just wanted to show you quickly is when you're adding service or the clients are adding services, you see this is showing as a bundle, and it actually lists what's included. For you, it will talk you through the availability as well. They won't see the availability markers, but they will see exactly what's included. You can also go in and look at extra information as well. So that really does cover your services. Go and get them set up. If you've got any questions, please, as always, reach out to support@planningbeats.com, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.